This conversation right here, this is not for the normies. This is not for the normies. Like I said, if you're not ready for this conversation, this is not for you. I'm talking about man or woman. And I'm not even gonna, like, say, for example, if women find this specific video reprehensible, that's fine with me. This is gonna be, but if I see any dudes in this comment section after I write this video, I'm literally gonna be like, there's no hope for y'all. Because this right here, this is where we're gonna start. We got to start speaking for real when it comes to situations like this. I'm not even gonna preface my comments because whatever I say after this, you guys gonna think I'm a villain anyways. So I'm not prefacing nothing. Most likely, maybe later on in this video. But here we have a girl that got beat to all hell by, I don't know if it was her official boyfriend or she was the side piece. I don't know what it was, but she got beat up by a dude, the dude that she was smashing, that she was with. And she's going to give us her words of wisdom after this encounter. And we see her face already beat to all hell. You know what I mean? Not fun, not really funny, but this is what happens. Stuff like this happens. But let's hear what she has to say.
I realized no matter how comfortable I was with him or, how much I thought he loved me, he just kept on getting more and more abusive.
The attack sent Jenna to the hospital and into hiding. Shortly after 11 o'clock this morning, deputies with the Lucas County Sheriff's Office arrested Montrese Hughes, who's 29.
I'm not going to say anything yet.
He's now facing a charge of domestic violence. While she's waiting for the court proceedings, Jenna has a message for others who may be in a similar situation.
It's not worth going back, no matter how much you think the person loves you or how comfortable you are there. You need to expect, if they put their hands on you the first time, then it's going to keep happening. It's only going to get worse.
Jenna says she's now getting help from her family and several agencies and organizations. She is right now focusing on the...
I realize no matter how comfortable
This is the type of girl that's going to get massive. Girls like her, people not ready for this conversation. Girls like her be getting dudes killed. Let's keep it. I'm going to keep it all the way a buck because it's not just that the video annoyed me, because I'm looking at the video. I'm looking at her, the boyfriend, and I already know what's going on with that situation. And I'm looking at the comment section of dudes talking about, we finna ride out. We finna beat this dude up. Like, I'm like, y'all, this is why ninjas get killed. This is the girls like her that play these silly ass games out here. Right? I'm gonna replay this video again, and I'm gonna start pointing out things to you. I'm about to go Undead Chronic mode. Anybody who knows the YouTuber Undead Chronic, he gives 0 Fs. He speaks his complete mind, and I don't always agree with everything he says, but I always respect his. First of all, I respect his roasting skills. Second of all, he literally just whatever is on his mind, and he's right. He just puts it right there in front of you, where all you can say about him is he's too mean. But we got to start telling the truth around here. So let this play.
I was with him or.
Now, first of all, when I'm looking at her, forget the the bruise marks and the red eye that she got. This girl looks crazy. First of all, you see the top comment. I made sure I was so happy that they saved this comment for me because I liked it. He said, the red hair tells me everything I need to know. She was on demon time. These are facts. The hair already is a red flag. This is not her obviously this is not her natural hair color. A girl like that is already willing to sabotage her image by putting on literally clown hair dye in her hair. I already know this girl crazy. Then I'm looking at her complexion, and we already know a lot of girls with that complexion, they be crazy as shit. And they will not calm down until they meet, like, girls like that. These are girls that are like, I'm a masculine girl. I'm an alpha. I'm an alpha female. And basically the only person that can really keep her in her place is somebody with, like, the guy's masculinity has to be so much to a point that he has to beat her up for her to stay in line. These are the girls I be talking about. I'm alpha females and whatnot. you got to be more masculine than me. And the only way somebody can be more masculine than her is somebody literally on the verge of domestic violence. Because I'm looking at her, and then on top of that, you guys don't see it, but she has a septum ring in her nose. And we already know when you talk about red flags, any girl with a septum ring in her nose, that is a red flag. That qualifies as number one. That qualifies as number one. If she got a septum ring in her nose, we already know that means she's a feminist. And then number two, this is a crazy girl. Number three, she probably practices witchcraft. Number four, she's did I say feminist? I'm running out of reasons. But if you see a girl like that with septum ring, she's crazy. End of discussion. End of discussion. We already know what kind of time she on. Now, I'm looking at her because you got to see past the marks, because girls like that, they'll antagonize. I don't know why Stephen A. Smith got in trouble for saying that. Stephen A. Smith got suspended one day for basically saying, hey, we know that dudes shouldn't be bullying women. And I agree. Men should not be bullying women physically. Men should not be using their physical ability over women to take advantage of them. When we talk about violence, right? They should not be doing that. But as the woman, your job is to make sure you're not antagonizing. You have to, even when it comes to the little things, when you're speaking to a man, the volume of your voice better be at a acceptable decibel, right? But when you say stuff like this, people think you're crazy. But men already know when you're speaking to other men, it's already implied you have to come a certain way, or something possible could happen, as Bernie Mac would say. Show them what could possible happen. That's what Bernie, shout out to Bernie Mac, rest in peace. Because we already know what could possible happen if ish goes left. Now, unfortunately, the women of this generation, because like I said, it's not the 1950s or 40s anymore. Man smacked the shit out of his girl. Police don't even come. They be like, well, she should have been listening. That's literally how the police was back in the day, or the people in charge. They didn't they didn't give them no F's about that. So women had to kind of walk carefully back in the day. Now, because all the laws are in their favor, they know that the police, once they come, is already automatic. The man is guilty. So men have literally been like, we can't even touch women right now. So women take advantage of that and say all types of ish to them, talk about them, abuse them physically and verbally. Now, the problem is when it comes to physical abuse, when women physically abuse their man, a lot of times it doesn't make a mark, or the man just keeps it to himself. But by the time the man finally lashes out, that bear comes out of him, the girl ends up getting hurt. Especially a lot of the times, this is why, because a lot of girls, they like to date dudes significantly bigger than them. So now if that guy that's significantly bigger than that girl finally comes out of himself and he puts his hands on her, she's going to get seriously hurt. That's what it is. So let's listen to her warning, her warning, whatever, to dating certain dudes.
How much I thought he loved me.
And another thing, why is it always they don't realize? The only time I start hearing women say, "Oh, I'm really serious about him," is when this dude finally gives her the super sock to the right eye. And then they make all sorts of. I'm talking about when they're going through real physical abuse with these type of dudes. It's like you gotta pull them away from this dude. And watch. You see one of the comments too. One of the comments I like right here. It says victims of domestic violence go back to the abuser an average of 7 times before they finally break up for good. Now, it's crazy how it's like you can see in her face she finally came to the realization, oh, he really doesn't like me. And he's just using me as a piñata. Yes. Now, it's interesting. These same girls, these will be the same girls. The reason why I don't have sympathy for this stuff anymore, because these will be the same girls. I know a lot of average dudes have been through it. These are the same girls that you bring them on a date, right? You want to get to know them or something. You hiccup the wrong way. Or you, that video when that girl said, oh, he didn't want extra cheese because it costed extra. That's a red flag. I'm out. You're just like, what? I'm talking about you combed your hair the wrong way. It'll be something stupid like that. And they talking about, oh, it's a red flag. I can't mess with him. Or you're broke, right? You got caught lacking on the money department for one day. Your card declined or something. She will not only leave you there, she will not answer your text. Not only that, she'll block you as soon as possible. I've heard girls talk about if he treats you too good, it's a red flag. I'm just sitting there like, bruh. These are the same girls, and girls like this that get their hands put on them for real. I'm talking about before that. These will be the same girls that'd be the loudest in the group. This is the same girl that'd be talking the most ish out of the group. You would never think she would even allow a man to put their hands on him, but that'd be the only time they fall in line. You'd just be like, wow. The way she be talking, you would never think she would even allow that to happen to her. But that's what be happening a lot of times.
He just kept on getting more and more abusive.
The attack sent Jenna to the hospital and into hiding shortly after 11 o'clock this morning.
Now, let's keep it a buck. I can already, by that picture I'm looking at, I can tell this guy's at least 6'2", 6'3", 6'4", right? And he's a bigger dude. He's a bigger dude. I can tell. I'm literally looking at his picture. I can tell he's a significantly bigger dude than that girl. Maybe he's probably 5'11", 5'10", 6 feet tall, but he's bigger than her. I can already tell. Looking at that picture, the way his face is shaped, this is a bigger dude. Probably ex-military, firefighter, police, possibly. You know what I mean? Or if not that, then he's probably just a regular street ninja, right? And if you look at his eyes, Hazel. So she wanted. When I saw that picture, I was like, of course she stayed. Of course she stayed. Now these are the same girls, mind you. Remember, these are the same girls. I'm talking about will put your whole business on the streets if you're broke. But if they get in RKO'd for real, I'm talking about for real RKO, not the shit when they talking about, oh, I was abused. I'm talking about for real. When they get in for real, RKO'd, Randy Orton snake bitten and all this stuff, they don't say nothing. It's interesting how that works.
Deputies with the Lucas County Sheriff's Office arrested Montrese Hughes, who's 29. He's now facing a charge of domestic violence.
29? How old they said that the girl was? But oh yeah, when I talk about the size difference, I could tell that girl's probably like 5'2", 5'2" tops. Most likely 5 feet tall, and that guy's significantly bigger than her.
While she's waiting for the court proceedings, Jenna has a message for others who may be in a similar situation.
It's not worth going back, no matter how much you think the person loves you or how comfortable you are there. You need to expect, if they put your hands there.
She still loves that guy. This is what I want the Simps to understand. She still loves that guy. So all you people that are going to be all up in my comments like that. I remember when I was talking about Mason Greenwood. These little ninjas, man. These high schoolers, they don't understand. They don't know nothing yet. So they don't understand where I'm coming from when I say certain shit. But I'm looking at her the way she's talking about this. I bet you she didn't even block him. I bet you she didn't even block him on Facebook or nothing. I bet you, how much money you want to bet? Like I said, I'm not a fan of bullying. I'm not a fan of bullying people that are under you, right? If you're a man, I don't believe you should be regularly putting your hands on women. I don't believe in that, but I understand what situations are. Like, I can understand, like, I already know. I don't believe that just because you're a certain gender or you're a certain race that you're above getting your hands put on. I don't I don't believe in, oh, no man should ever put their hands on them. I believe you should, men should exercise discipline. And part of that would be making sure the people under you, you're not taking advantage of them physically. And that includes women. But just because you are a woman does not excuse you from the consequences of talking shit, talking about their mama. You know what I mean? Because we all know how that works. This does not excuse you from the consequences of getting super socked. Now, we want to talk about equality in all this stuff, but we want to just we want to leave out all the we want to just pick just the pros, not the cons, because with equality comes with the equal opportunity of getting your ass kicked, of getting robbed, of getting taken advantage of. More men are victims of this than women. And that should be telling you that of being taken advantage of than women. And that should be telling you something, since there are more women than men. People don't realize how dangerous it is for an average man to be just walking out here, especially if you're living in certain areas. But for some reason, women have fought in sorry, I said fought because they believe, the average man is living in a paradise. They have no idea.
Hands on you the first time, then it's going to keep happening. It's only going to get worse.
So this was a repetitive thing that was happening to her. You know what I mean? So this is why when it comes to situations like that, you really need to just, I believe in, when it comes to girls like this, I believe they need to just take that L. And I believe in that basically, I don't believe in dudes, coming out the woodworks, riding out, finding the dude, beating him up. No. We can't do this, because you have to always take into account what kind of personality did that girl have. And let's keep it a buck. We see these girls, whether it be at work, in our friend group, at the store. We know these girls, they be all up in ninjas' faces playing games. Like, I'm talking about the girl will be like 4 feet tall, all up in ninjas' faces, teasing them, flirting with them, playing coy, smacking them whenever she feels like, doing all this stuff, speaking disrespectful, because she knows most men are not going to put their hands on women until they finally meet somebody, that it's a possibility. And once it finally happens, that's for some reason, when it finally happens, they get their hands put on them. Then all of a sudden, they start acting like what a woman's supposed to act like. You see that tone that she has right now as she's speaking, as she just, I'm pretty sure I would give you, I bet you $100. This is not how she acts. I bet you, I promise you, this is not how she acts in general. I promise you that. You put the piano music and all that. But here, let me look at the comments, because this is what I was here for. So right here, the guy said on top, the red hair tells me everything I need to know. She was on Demon Time. Now let's see the replies. He said, this is the first comment that made a little sense. I thought I was crazy for a second, especially she said she went back after he had already hit her before. She knew he was capable of more and pushed him to do more. I don't like how they play victim when the camera is on. I would pay to hear his side of what really took place. And no, I'm not condoning what he did, as if it was right. As a man, soon as you see she on some bull, you need to leave ASAP. I also believe that too. I'm not reading the comment now. I believe that too. I believe as a man, you should not be arguing with no woman. That's lose-lose. Because however you react to her after that, you lost. All right, let me go back to the comment. Way before it turns into a fist fight, and don't walk away, run from her, because the police, society, and other women will always take her side 9 times out of 10. I would say 10 times out of 10. Because the woman, if there is a woman that will take your side as a man, she's going to be ousted from the group. So that 1 times out of 10, that girl, she's not going to have friends for long, and she's going to eventually conform. And this is the typical shaming tactic. What? How can you justify a man beating a woman like this for any reason, let alone the color of her hair? And you have 2 daughters? I hope their mother is safe around you. And that's not, she doesn't hope. That's a threat. And hopefully she doesn't practice witchcraft. All right. So, oh man. But what people need to because if people did like the actual research or actually had experience when we're talking about domestic violence, people don't understand like the stats. They show like the stats like on the CDC, where basically they say like 70% of the time when a dispute happens between a man and a woman in the house, they said 70, or it was either 70 or 75% of the time they said, so let's keep it safe. They said 70% of the time the woman initiated it. And people just gloss over that. And it don't matter. I'm like, yes, it does. If she's initiating it, she can stop it. Like I said, idiots though. But we can't. The thing is, men can't really talk about this in public, or we're not gonna get no hoes, right? That's what it's all about. Like, we can't really speak our mind when it comes to this issue. Yeah, right here. Victims of domestic violence go back to the abuser an average of 7 times before they finally break up for good. And this is what I'm trying to warn people. If you, especially, say if this couple was arguing in public and some dude tried to step in and try to stop the dude. You know how, how much money you want to bet she would be one of those girls that would have shot the dude trying to step in? Because this has happened. It happens so many times. Dude tries to step in, girl shoots girl shoots the dude attacking her boyfriend. Like, I always tell people, I've been trying to tell people for years now, if you see something like that happen in public, do not step in. This happened recently. This dude from Florida, he has a whole family. This ninja has a whole family. And this dude stepped in a domestic abuse situation, and the guy ended up shooting him. And the girl ran away with the guy. I'm like, y'all got to stop. Because I think, in my opinion, I know what it is. Because let's keep it honest. You're looking at the girl, and you're attracted. You're attracted to her. Because if it was a fat bitch getting beaten up, most of y'all would not care. If it was like, I'm talking about one of those like just ridiculous looking, like just this fat, I'm talking about fat Albert shaped looking chick getting the brakes beaten off her, which is impossible. But if it was one of those weird looking, you guys would not do anything. Like, girls with Down syndrome, or like people with Down syndrome, they get abused so much and people don't care. So, and you want to now you want to intervene and be like me, if I was in that situation, the most, if I was forced to, and I have to force to do, the most I would ever do is be like, I would actually go to the dude, or just say from a distance, I'll be like, hey bro, like, homie, like, somebody might call the cops on you. You know, you can go to jail for that. That's the most I would do. I would even talk to the hoe. I'll just be like, people be going to jail for this, man. And he'd be, hey, mind your business. My bad, man. I'm leaving. That's the most I would ever do. And the first time he'll speak out, I'll just be like, you know what? That's your business. I'm out. There's no way. These people be trying to break up this stuff, and they don't people don't realize that's also, people don't want to say this, but a lot of the times that's their foreplay, if you know what I mean. And anyway, let's continue before more people get mad. And here we go. Here comes the excuses. They go back because sometimes they are broken by the abuser and can't think clearly. But like it goes to the other comment before. Girls go back because they don't want to take that L. He wins when he physically dominates against her, and she just cannot accept it. That's something that nobody wants to speak on. She's trying to. This is like how, like, when those girls be like, oh man, my boyfriend is such a dick, and basically you help her raise her confidence, and you're thinking you're raising her confidence so she could leave him, and what really you're just raising her confidence so she can go back to him with that new confidence, just for her to get played by the same dude again. And like I said, right here, this comment, it says, so sad. And then when the abuser goes to prison, the victim is fighting for rights to visit them. That's, like I said, people ask, what kind of dude gets the best treatment from women? It's guys like the guy that I showed you. Those are the guys that get the best treatment, especially from American women. And it's sad. People think it's the athletes. People think it's the sugar daddy. People think it's the guy with a lot of money. No, they don't get the best treatment from women. It's the guy that we showed you.
Jenna says she's now getting help from agencies and organizations.
Oh, she's getting help from agencies, organizations, women's shelter, blah, blah, blah. I bet you she ain't blocked that dude. I bet you. It needs me to say, I'm pregnant with his kid. I'd be like, so after all of that, you was, bruh. Girls like that are crazy, dog. You can't help somebody like that. I stand firm on that. Because you could be broke. She break up with you. That's the first thing she's gonna tell everybody. And I'm like, and I remember somebody had made a meme. This is like, why are women quick to snitch on their boyfriend when he's broke, but not quick and apt to snitch on him when he puts their hands on him? And the girl was replying back, because he'll beat her ass, and laughing. I was like, oh, so we've been doing this the wrong way the whole time. I'm like, what the fuck? Holy shit. You see, yeah, that's right. He said they trying to catch a dub. That's why they go back. That's my opinion too. I believe they be going back. People keep talking about Stockholm Syndrome. No, they took that L and they're trying to go back and trying to catch a dub out that dude. Whether it be basically where he apologizes and hoping that he's going to obey her in her newfound confidence in her healing. It's just, yeah, that's how women work. You're just like, you literally got to pry that girl from that dude. when she's actually going through something like, you got to literally pry that girl from that abusive dude. Uh-oh, they tight. Now, Stockholm syndrome, nah. I'm going to also do a live stream debunking all these myths on, like, postpartum depression, Stockholm syndrome, explaining, who are the real narcissists out here, who are the real perpetrators of narcissistic personality disorder. I got to do a stream on that. Yeah, I see this comment say, y'all still want a street ninja. Oh, man. Oh, they said this is what overly abusing your kids look like. They grow up to think this is love. No. Let's not. Nope. That's not it. That's a comment of a normie. Yeah, a lot of normie comments. The grits from the Tyler Perry movie. No. He said, if that was my sister, somebody would be putting money on my commissary today. Fuck domestic violence, men and women alike. Keep your damn hands. No. This is why girls like this get dudes in trouble. Because the chaos you cause by being an irritant, and really somebody should have done you the favor and slapped you earlier, so you wouldn't end up getting slapped by a walrus later on. You know what I mean? Because, and people keep talking about why are dudes shaming her? Like I said, hold on for a sec. Let me put it on me. I think I went too long on this one. Damn, 33 minutes. I'm gonna have to speed this up. But bottom line, girls like that they don't understand the collateral damage that they cause by staying with dudes like that. And they don't realize how their actions have consequences. So you have to operate a certain way. But I'm going to have to end this. I went on way too long on this one. My bad, guys.